One here. All right, welcome to day one of Activate Your Magical Essence. Let's just start here a couple minutes before. If you want to put in the chat where you're from, I would love to know where you're tuning in from. Welcome to the Queendom. Let's go. Okay, look at this. Portland, Oregon, Lebanon, Massachusetts, Los Angeles, Wisconsin, Jaco, Costa Rica. Got my Jaco girl in the house. Arizona. And I am here also. In Playa Hermosa, which is near Jaco, on the Pacific coast of Costa Rica. Truth of what we are. Up in human skin. That is where the dance begins. That is where the dance begins. On that note, we will begin that here now at 10 o'clock on the hour. My girl Avea's in the house. Megan, I see you here. Looking through. Oh my gosh, so good to see so many of you. Thank you so much for joining live today on our first day. So exciting. We're just putting in the chat where you are from currently, or where you currently are sitting in the world. Especially with the holidays, a lot of people might be traveling around. So maybe you're not currently in where you're from, but just interested to see where we're all tuning in from right now. All right. So yeah, we've got all over the world already. We've got Oregon and Lebanon, Massachusetts, Los Angeles, Wisconsin, Jaco, Arizona, Indonesia, Quebec City, Cecile, Quebec. All right, got some Canada here. I know Avea is tuning in from Canada. Oh, I love it. Hello, Avea tuning in from Montreal. Let's see, we're at 22 participants here, magic 22 number. So good. All right, last few people come on in and start getting settled. Taking a couple of deep breaths. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm like, jittery. So moving that energy down, grounding it out. Like, I can't believe it. This is real, you guys. This is real. I am so blessed, so honored, and just thrilled beyond belief to be here in this moment. Just really taking in and receiving, the journey that it's been getting here to this moment has been quite the expansion journey. So thank you for being here with me at this really big moment. Really feels like my debut in the world stage and as who I really am, my magical essence getting activated here with you all, by you all, as we co-activate each other. Hello from Israel. Oh, nice. Megan's like, I did the creativity meditation this morning and feeling so in it. I want to see, would you just drop a little heart or I did it in the chat if you did the creativity meditation that was part of your free welcome email package? Yes, Tej, I did it. And I saw your welcome this morning right before I jumped in, Tej. Woohoo! Love it. Vibes from Nigeria. Hello from Nigeria. Yes. I love that you're here from Nigeria. I actually went on this trip when I was in college and met somebody um, to I met somebody who was from Nigeria. Let's see here. And he was this really cool guy. It was really fun. So yeah, I got to learn a little bit about Nigeria at that time. So, all right. One of my BFFs is messaging me on Facebook. She's like, is the link working? How do I get in? Want to make sure she comes in. Okay, 10:04, we got a lot to get through. All right, so let's go ahead and start by dropping in the chat. Let's just get connected. How are you arriving today? What is up for you? Are you excited? Are you tired? Is it morning or nighttime where you are in the world? Just a few words in the chat about how your heart is, your body is, and your mind is. How are you arriving in this moment today? I would love to feel you. All right, Asia saying it's 5 p.m. there in Nigeria. Yes, and I love an active chat. So I'm going to be asking you a bunch of questions. I invite you to just give your thoughts, your feedback as we're going through. Maybe during the meditation, allow the chat to be a little quieter. So, because I won't be watching it during that, and we're all going to be deep in meditation. But afterwards, I'm going to be inviting your reflections and shares from how the meditation went for you. So setting intentions for the new year. Megan says present, grateful, and ready. Roshana, it's 9 a.m. where you are. So you are in Pacific time then. Mountain time. You must be in Mountain time. I'm in Central and it's 10 here. So energized, calm and excited, 11 a.m. They're in Massachusetts, Eastern time. Tej says, I'm excited, feeling some tingly sensation. Whitney is present and peaceful. Thank you. Bring me all of those present, peaceful vibes to all of us. 8 a.m. excited. Alisa, I'm feeling pretty good, actually. Been a long working day and it's 6 p.m. your time. Okay, cool. Great to see you, Louise. Hi, Louise. So happy you're here. Oh, and you did the meditation yesterday. Amazing. It is. It's a great way to help with New Year intentions. Avea, recovering from the little cold, but heart and spirit are lit AF. Yes, girl. We are doing it. 5 p.m. in Denmark, excited. 11 p.m. in Indonesia and 11 a.m. in Eastern time. So yeah, we got people all over 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. It's so crazy. For New Year's Eve, I had New Year's Eve in with my family and with my kiddos who are 6 and 3. What we ended up doing, because they weren't going to stay up long enough to see the fireworks at midnight, so we actually just looked at and we watched videos from fireworks on the other side of the world that had already had them. So we watched the fireworks show from Tokyo and from Australia and from Dubai and from Seoul and from Paris and London. It was so fun and such an international experience to have with the kids for our New Year's Eve together, where they got to see all the different fireworks. And then I put on this little countdown timer and we did this countdown because they love to cheers. And they love countdowns. We do countdowns for everything in my house. Like to leave the house is okay, 20 seconds to get out of the house, 19, 18. It's the only way to get them to move. So anyway, just was thinking about the different time zones and how fun it was to be able to ring in the new year with people that had already done so a little bit ahead of us on the other side of the world. Tiffany, yes. Yes. Sending you so many healing blessings, Tiffany, that you'll be feeling good and activated. All right, yay. Lisa's finding her way in. Rachel, I see you entering from the waiting room. We're at 38, 39, 40 people. Okay, so if everyone else keeps coming in, I invite you as I go through these next little pieces of housekeeping to be dropping your intentions intentions for the new year, intentions for this event, this immersion. What is it that is being called forth within you that you want to speak into this space so we can co-activate it together? So that is the next thing I invite you to be dropping into the chat now. I'm just going to put a note here. So as people enter, drop your intentions in the chat. Let's activate them. South Africa, Nomsa, awesome. Okay. All right, so Faith, if you want to go to the next slide, we'll get started. I have a lot I want to get through in my session today, and we'll see how the timing goes on this first day. So I want to remind you, if you found your way, you're watching on the live stream in the Facebook group, or you happen to somehow have someone forward you an email and you got this Zoom link, but you haven't actually officially registered, please, it helps me so much to stay in touch with you, to make sure you get all the important communications as we go along about the event. So go ahead and go to the website, mayumiessence.com/activate, and complete the registration form. So just a little reminder about that. And then next slide. Also, just make sure when you do get our emails that look for that, we're going to send you 2 emails every day. I don't want to spam you, but we're going to send you one reminder email at 9 a.m. Central, that a 1-hour reminder to get ready to get on. And that'll also have your information around the speakers for the day, any announcements for the day. So make sure you check that email so that you can get acquainted with who you're going to be being with that day in our speaker sessions, and all their information. You can check out their website, their links, all of that information as you're waiting for us to get started at 10. So that email will come to you daily at 9. And then we'll do another email in the afternoon, just a wrap up, and that's going to have the replay link. So if you haven't been able to get on in the morning session, then you can get on and watch the replay, and we'll send that out around 3 p.m. Central. Is the goal. So that way you have time for the rest of the day to be able to take that in at your convenience. Also, since we are streaming live here on Facebook group, you will be able to watch the replay pretty much instantly. If you go to the Facebook group, you can see it, it'll be streamed there and captured immediately. So we'll be putting those into the replay guide to be able to find it easily. So you can see each of the replays if you go to the guides section in the Facebook group. So that's how you can get the magic if you weren't able to be here live. But oh my God, to have 40 of you makes my heart so full, so full. You have no idea. So I really invite you to come live and come hang out with us and get to participate in the chat. Bring your intentions, bring your energy, bring your thoughts and your feedback. We really co-create magic together. So yeah, if you can come live, please do so. And the replays are available for you. And then on the emails, just make sure that you get them. Just make sure you move them over from spam or promo into your inbox and save those settings, so that way they will continue to go into your inbox and you will see them. Okay, sorry, Faith, go ahead. Now the next slide. Oh my God, Taylor's here. Okay, so commit to your magic. This, my loves, this event is for you. This isn't about me. This is actually about you, and it's about activating your magic. But that is something that only you can do. I can't do it for you. I can create content, I can lead you through meditations, I can give you things to do, but you're the one that chooses where you put your precious time. The one resource that is the most valuable in the world that we can never get back is time. And your attention, your focus, your attention, that is what you have 100% control of at all times. And as we go through, we'll be working with this, your time, your intention, being very focused, very intentional about where you put your attention. That's what meditation is about. That's what mindfulness is about. That's what all the teachers from all the ages have really tried to show us is the power, I mean, goosebumps, the power of your attention, right? Because where your attention goes, energy flows. You've heard that saying. So important. Just really bring your attention and your presence to us when you're here, when you're live, when you're watching this, and show up. Show up for yourself every day of this immersion. We are doing a journey through the chakras, and every day we're going to be really opening and activating a different chakra. So you don't want to miss one. I mean, because how can you go through life and be like, my heart chakra just wasn't important today. Like, don't really need to activate it. You don't want to miss it. You really don't. So each piece is going to build on the next as we move through. So really make sure to either come live or to catch the replay as much as possible, in the order as much as possible. But if you get behind, just pick up. You can always watch the replay a different day. So just come back and just, anytime. This is how it all works. Yes, we are all human. We all end up kind of falling off the log at different times. What matters is, do you get back in the game? Do you pull yourself back in? Do you get back on the horse and say, okay, I'm going to keep going? Yes, I faltered for a minute. Yes, this life circumstance happened. I overslept. I had to go to work. My kids needed me. Life happens. We all get that. And just like with your attention in meditation, just bring yourself right back. Start where you are and get back in the game. All right. So are you all, I said magic at 11:11. Thank you, Eugenie, for pointing that out. So are you guys all in? Put all in the chat if you are ready to go all in on this immersion and really get your magic activated. Yes, Cecile, Whitney, Rachel, Megan. Oh my God. Okay. So last here as we get going is share. Next slide, Faith. So there's the second piece that really, really makes a difference is sharing the magic. And now, yes, this is because I want as many people as possible to come to the event. I want everyone in the world, if I could, to have the possibility to access this, to access their magic, to be able to unlock this. Like, what could this do in the world if everybody had access to their own magic? So friends and family in your life on Instagram, Facebook, directly, really just encourage you to share the magic with them. Be generous. Don't hoard it. Don't keep it to yourself and be like, I get to activate my magic over here, but y'all don't get any. You just have to live your humdrum lives. I know you're totally content with those. Me over here, I'm not going to do it. Like, no, that's not who we are as magical beings. Who we are as magical beings is generous and open and loving and sharing. So share the magic. It's so powerful when you are surrounded by your friends and family, because then you're supported in your journey because they get it and they get you and what you're going through, and you're no longer the crazy lady over there that's talking about her witchy crystals and gems all by herself, right? So invite them in, even if you think that they're not the right kind of person. Who knows? Maybe they want to be the right kind of person for this. They just have never had the opportunity to access something deeper for themselves. So, all right. And then next slide, how each day works. So I will be here with you from 10 to 11 every morning, Central Time. We're going to be doing the meditation. I have a story and a transmission for you. And then from 11 to 12, we'll do the guest speaker of the day. And I'll share an embodiment ritual every day for you to do to really bring your magic into your own space and into your home and your life. Those will be in the email at 3 p.m. as well, so that you can see those, and we'll post them in the Facebook group. Okay, next slide. And giveaway. So we'll have a giveaway. So exciting. Grand giveaway at the very end for the 3 most active participants that come to every day live on Zoom. So we're going to be screenshotting all of you that are here so we can see and capture your names and who all has joined and keeping track. So if you've come every day to be with us live on Zoom, you complete your embodiment ritual and post it to the Facebook group, and then interact with other posts on the Facebook group as well, then you are qualified to be in the drawing for the giveaway for the 3 most active that are doing it. So, well, 3 of the most active. So I really invite you to participate with every piece, go all in, be in that list of the people that have completed the entire immersion and gotten all of the content from it. Like, that is going to be quite the exclusive list, and I invite you to be on that. And so the giveaway we will do at the celebration session on January 12th. And I have some juicy things that I am lining up for that giveaway. I will say it has come to me that I want to offer. One piece I'm definitely including in that prize package is a prosperity energy healing session. So I don't know if you've heard about these or seen anything about them on my Instagram, but these are so powerful. They're these guided meditations that really open up and activate your prosperity. They go through and release the 5 emotional blocks to prosperity, and we really excavate those, clear those out, and then transmute them. So I was guided to give away those prosperity energy healing sessions as part of the giveaway for this. So they're super powerful. You really, really want this. I promise. It's like a $222 value minimum for me to do these live one-on-one sessions with you. So I will be scheduling a call with you, and I'll be leading the 3 most active participants who win this giveaway. I will be leading you through a very small, intimate, with just you prosperity energy healing session. So you want to be able to win that. So that is giving that away. And then introductions. Okay, let's just go through this real quick. Time's a ticking. So we had some awesome introductions this week on the Facebook group. If you haven't introduced yourself, please, after today, go ahead and go do so. I want to see you, meet you. Everyone wants to know who you are. Just a quick post, a quick hello, a picture, go live for 30 seconds, whatever works for you, but get yourself introduced. Okay, so I have 8 people who have done introductions that I saw before we got started here. So I have Tiffany Thornton, Alisar, Rochelle Croston, Aisha, Amira, Liz, Tobias, Joan Celestine, and Tajiri, TJ. All right, so that's 1 through 8. And the way I'm going to do this is I am just going to click in this little random number generator here on Google. I am put in max 1 through 8, and we're going to see, I've got you all here and numbered. We're going to see what number we come up with, and then I will share. So ready, set. If you've done your intro, cross your fingers, we come up with you, and generate. Number 8, TJ, you slid in right underneath the wire. I just barely glanced at the Facebook group to get your name on here, and you won. So what I'm going to be giving away is a free Oracle card reading for you. So we'll be in contact on that. And yeah, everybody, congrats to TJ. Thank you so much for getting your intro done right in time. Number 8 was the lucky number today. And we'll be doing more giveaways as we go through because they're so fun and magical. I just love to give stuff away. So yay, you are welcome. I'm so excited. All right. And then last thing is this replay bundle. So lifetime access to all recordings. You will have access to all the replays until January 20th. So you've got a good period of time where it's free. I really want it to be accessible for you. And after we do this meditation here today, you'll see that you want to have access to these meditations to be able to continue doing them yourself in your own time ongoing. They'll really support you. And then you also can go back in, you can receive the transmissions, the guest speakers, everything they bring. I'm going to be doing bonus downloadable meditations, and who knows what other bonuses. I love bonuses, so I'm sure I'll continue adding bonuses to the bundle. So I decided to extend it. I was only going to do it until we started, but I'm actually going to give you guys some time because I think once you actually receive today, then you might be wanting to keep it. So we're going to keep it at the $22 only for today. That'll be $22 until tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So tomorrow at 10, we'll raise the price to the $33. So it's $33 through the immersion. And then after the immersion, it goes to $44. And then the free replays will expire and be taken off of Facebook and the replay links after January 20th. So this is how you access all the information. All right, so now let's see, next slide here, face. Let's take a look. All right, let's go. Let's see if you've got the chakra. Okay, a little bit about me. Yeah, I suppose. Do you guys know who I am? Have you met me yet? Shared a little bit about myself here and there, but my certifications are as a yoga teacher, a Reiki practitioner, a transformational life coach, and a Tepez-Coite plant medicine facilitator. And everyone's like, what on earth is that? That's actually what started my journey, to be honest, was working with a beautiful woman, Phoenix Rose, and she's going to be live. She's going to be coming on to be a guest speaker here. So I'm super excited. Day 6, the third eye. She is an energy healer, a masterful spiritual business coach, and she brought back this Tepez-Coite plant medicine from a trip to Tulum, Mexico. And I was one of her first students to get to receive the shaman line of being a holder of this plant medicine. And it works sort of similarly to ayahuasca. And so I hold space for people going on altered space, altered experience journeys. And that was really one of my deep trainings and introductions to the world of energy healing and energy medicine and working with people and really working in all different kinds of altered state facilitation that I did for several years with different types of altered state inducing pieces. So in case you were curious, that's what the Tepez-Coite plant medicine facilitator means and is in my certifications. And I'll be sharing stories about me personally as we go along, so you'll get to know me better. Really, I'm excited because what I really love is sisterhood and intimacy and connection. And so as we go along, I am going to be relating to you as if you're my best friend at a slumber party. Does that sound good? Sharing my deepest stories and like, there's no such thing as TMI. So I'm sorry, I hope I don't offend anybody, but I really just want to give you my heart and my soul and let you see deep into me. Things that even as I've been thinking about what's been being called to me to share with you, I'm like, oh my God, can I tell them this? Like, do I know them? This is going to be recorded. But that's what Spirit's telling me. It's just like, give them everything I am. This is my opportunity. And I trust you. I trust you. And I trust that my stories are your stories and my heart is your heart. And when I share it with you vulnerably and honestly, and just like the real raw truth of what I go through and what I've learned in my experiences, that will activate something inside of you that you'll see yourself in me, because really we're all one. So as we go through this immersion, I am going to be sharing some stories from my life. And as Oh My Annie put it, don't be fooled by the smiley face. I have some stories. This girl, she's been around the world. She's been in sex clubs. She's been like free birthing her children, living in the jungle. Like I'm not very normal in a lot of ways. And I've been feeling like I needed to hide that and pretend to be normal my whole life, pretend to fit in my whole life. Anyone relate? Where you're like, nope, got to keep my witchy parts over here. I can't do it. Like, show me in the chat, y'all here. Does that resonate? Have you had places in your life where you're like, it's not okay to be me. Nobody can see me for who I am. I have to pretend to be the status quo, pretend to be this normal person. And like, I know deep on the inside, I'm really not. Oh yeah, Rochelle, you're saying, especially as a lawyer, totally. I worked in finance. I had a day life and a night life, and they were very different. And I was terrified that they would find out about each other. Well, mainly the day life, about my nightlife people. Most people weren't really too upset, but yeah, especially with my parents, with my family, that's a huge thing. All right, so let's go through. Go ahead and pull up the chakra slide, if you will, Faith. So that's my intention. Let's see here. Can we move to the we're not quite at crown yet. Let's go to the root chakra. Just the red. I don't know if we have that one up yet. Okay, no worries. So yeah, I had my interest in certain places, Whitney's saying. So that's really my invitation for you, is to really bring your vulnerability, bring your whole, just your whole self, bring it to our Facebook group, bring it to our chat. That's how we create deep bonds of sisterhood, is really through bringing all of ourselves to each other and allowing ourselves to be seen. It's been the most healing journey for me, has been allowing myself to actually be seen by all 40 of you here, all over 300 in the full event right now and growing. It's like, I'm actually writing a chapter in a book that's going to be published. That's about the last 3 years of my life, which has been an intense roller coaster of relationships, ending marriage, like going crazy and falling apart, and relationships, and really how I found my own peace. And so revealing myself to the world is my big part of my journey right now. And I invite you, how can you reveal yourself? How can you lean into that vulnerable edge and open up just that little bit more? Okay, so let's go ahead and go drop down in and start our meditation now. I'm gonna have time, make sure I have time to get through it. I haven't timed myself doing it, so this will be the run through with it. So wherever you are, however you're arriving at the moment, just taking a moment to relax, to take a deep breath. So first, we're going to do some breath work to calm and clear our nervous system, move out of I've been in like the sharing myself, more like up and bubbly and excitement. So let's get grounded in our bodies. Then we're going to go into a deep hypnosis meditation. I'm going to be playing binaural beats in the background. So that is going to help your brain to get entrained to the theta brain waves, which brings deep relaxation and creativity, allows you to access the subconscious and trance states easier. So if you have earbuds or headphones or anything to put in, that actually really supports being able to do that. So you can grab those now if you do have them and want to use them while we do the meditation. So our intention for this meditation is to travel deep into the root chakra to clear out dense energies, activate new vibrant energy, and transmute any energy that no longer is serving your highest and best. So that's our intention as we go through. And I have taken this meditation, like me, I am a combination of many unusual things and many different cultures. And that's what I'm finding is part of my own magic isn't just what I kind of creatively invent. It's also the unique combination of many elements. So part of today's meditation is based on an energy healing technique and visualization developed by my mentor, Jolie Dawn, and Prosperity Queendom, Inc. And so I'm adapting it for the topic of activating the root chakra. And then there's a clearing statement involved that she used and got from her mentors, Christy Marie Sheldon and Jackie Beam. And then there's a hypnosis technology of activating and speaking to a body part. And then as I guide you to that body part to relax and focus on your shoulders or your eyes or your hips, then we also introduce a affirmation for that chakra. And connecting the affirmation to the body is part of the hypnosis meditation piece that really helps you to integrate those affirmations even deeper. So we're going to be doing that as well. Remember, as we go through, you're safe to feel. Trust yourself, use your best judgment. If you're driving, like don't close your eyes, obvious things. So make sure you're in a safe space. And if at any time something gets activated within you where you feel uncomfortable and you need to come out of it, of course, first and foremost, always is honoring your own body and your own process and your own feelings. So you can open your eyes and just continue the process anytime you need to. And then with any guided meditation, our brains can only focus for so long. We talked about focus at the beginning. And so make sure that you, as I'm guiding you through, try and really stay focused on my voice as much as possible, allowing what I'm sharing, what I'm evoking within you to bring up the visualizations that I'm calling forth, like really activate your creativity, activate your imagination, and your mind will wander, and that's okay. Just bring it back. As soon as you notice, like, oh, now that got me thinking about this and that, and then tomorrow, and then yesterday, and this thing in my past, and then, oh, wait, she's still talking. Okay, bring it back. Where are we going now, right? So just bringing it always back with your attention to my voice as we go through. All right. So just a brief thing on the chakra. This is a journey through the chakras, but I also want to share, actually go back to that slide, please, Faith. I also want to share that this is not an introduction to the chakras. This is not informational about the chakras. This is an activation experience to go into your actual chakras, not just access knowledge with your mind. So I'm going to have some slides here at the very beginning, so that way you just get a little bit more relatedness if you're not as familiar with the chakras as we go through. But I just wanted to share that I'm not going to be here teaching you about the chakras, because there is a ton of information that you can learn all over the web in the world about the chakras. This really is designed to be an experiential immersion where we actually really activate and shift things in the chakras for you. With that being said, just to give you some grounding as we're doing this visualization, your first chakra, it's the root. So it's at the base of your spine. It's right down the very, very bottom. It addresses these basic issues of survival, vitality, stability, security. The color is red and the mantra is Lam. So, and if it's balanced, you feel security, humility, grounded, stable, energetic, optimal weight, healthy eating, proper elimination, all of that moves through. And if it's unbalanced, you might feel insecure, fear, anxiety, unstable, low self-esteem, anemia, over, underweight, or constipation. So those are a few things to be aware of, and just notice in yourself. Are you, when you're feeling extra anxious or unstable, insecure, then it's like, okay, maybe I need to go and do some work in my root chakra, see if I can give it some energy and bolster that up a bit, figure out what is destabilizing me down there so I can return back to feeling secure and stable. So that's just some background information around the root chakra. All right, so Faith, you can move to the next. We'll do the meditation. So we're going to do an alternate nostril breath to start the meditation today. So the way that we use that is a very soothing breath for the nervous system. It really stabilizes and calms. So for the root chakra, it can be very helpful and grounding. It balances the left and right hemispheres of your brain. It can lower blood pressure and slow your heartbeat. So as we're dropping down into a meditative space, this breath will be really supportive. So the way that we're going to do that, you're going to take your fingers and you're going to put one finger, you're going to put your thumb on one side of your nostril here. And then your other fingers, you can either take these two, whatever is convenient, feels most comfortable, oftentimes like these two fingers on this side. And then you're going to be breathing in and out of one nostril and then the other. All right, so let's begin. Right nostril or right thumb to your right nostril. Go ahead and close it. And then inhale through the left nostril. And then close the left nostril and exhale through the right. Now inhale through the right nostril. Close it, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left nostril. Close it, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. 3 more times. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale, left. And as your breathing now returns to normal, I'll open with an invocation. Gathered here today, we open the magic portal to the divine, connected to our hearts, our root chakra, our knowing, our security and stability. We gather together in unity to listen to our soul's dreams and our inspiration. We do this in service to humanity, that our dreams may bless ourselves and others. Divine Source, we ask for divine support to amplify this collective field, that we may activate our innate magical essence. And from this moment forward, we are attuned to the vibration of our hearts, to our love, and to our dreams. Aho, and so it is. Open your eyes, claim it in the chat, and so it is. And after you've typed and claimed that this is true for you, for all of us, you can allow your eyes to come to a close again. Actually, let's keep them open to begin with. We're going to induce meditation here with some eyes gazing. So allow your eyes to be open, but just relaxed. Now bring your gaze up between your eyebrows as high as you can see it, like you're bringing your finger up without moving your head up. Just looking as high up as you can. Keep your eyes focused upward on an imaginary point a few feet in front of you, straight out from the center of your eyes. And as you focus on that point, you realize it is infinite. As your eyelids get heavy, you allow them to close, while still keeping your attention upward towards your third eye. With your eyes now gently closed, begin to visualize in front of you 7 steps going down. You descend down the steps now. Feel your feet in each step. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you arrive at the bottom, you see a white door on your right side. Open it, don't walk through, don't look inside, just leave it open. Now continue. Next to that door, there is an elevator. Go inside. We're going down 3 floors. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Visualize yourself going out of the elevator. Now see yourself entering a big pink healing room with rose quartz walls. You feel welcomed and peaceful in this room. In front of you, see a regal white chair with an old wise woman sitting in that chair. Notice that her eyes are kind and her energy is inviting. Who does she remind you of? Approach her and notice she stands up and allows you to sit in her chair. Sit in her chair and feel yourself open to receive the healing she's offering. Allow her to put her hands on your head. Feel the vibration of her hands. Allow the vibration to run all the way down your body. Feel it. Focus on your breath. Observe white light coming out of her hands directly into your brain. Observe the white light coming down directly into your spine, down, down, down to the base of your spine. Feel it. Your entire spine is full of white light. On my count of 3, you're going to allow that white light to go into every bone of your physical body. 1, 2, 3, feel it. Allow your body to feel it. Feel it more. On my count of 3, you're going to allow that light to activate every cell of your physical body. 1, 2, 3. Feel it more. Focus on your breath. Keep breathing and feeling. This light brings the awareness that in this infinite moment of now, you feel grounded in your root chakra and feel a deep sense of belonging. And you realize that you are connected to all of life. You are one with every creature, every plant, every person, every star in the universe. You become a witness to your own divinity by honoring the divine essence inherent in all of creation. Now bring your attention into your energy field and down into your root chakra. Visualize the color red and a spinning orb of energy down at the root of your spine. As you feel into the energy field of your root chakra, notice if there are any blockages or densities there. Observe anything, any emotion or memory that prevents you from feeling safe, grounded, secure, present, accepted, clear on who you truly are, or connected to life. Scoop up those blocks in your arms and hold them in front of you. See a violet flame emerging out of the ground beneath you, and offer the memories and emotions that don't serve you to that flame to be alchemized and turned back into pure energy. As the flame burns up the blocks, we will clear them from your energy field with this clearing statement. Any energy blocks in the root chakra preventing optimal functioning and energy flow are now deleted, destroyed, and uncreated across all time, space, dimensions, and reality. Inhale in, exhale. Your root chakra is activated now, and its energy is flowing with ease through you and in all of your activities and life experiences. We will begin moving through your body now, relaxing it and coating your subconscious mind with empowering beliefs. Your eyelids are closed and relaxed because you are connected and grounded through the earth. Now you draw your attention to the top of your head, and as you feel the top of your head, it becomes so relaxed and feels so good because you see that the universe will always provide for you. Now that the top of your head is relaxed, you notice your face. And it feels so good, so relaxed, like the peace you feel because you have the strength to create a wonderful life. As all of your face relaxes, you notice that the back of your head is also relaxed. And a feeling of peace, joy, and relaxation is now all over your head and face, and they feel as light as a feather. Your forehead, your nose, and your eyes are now relaxed, and so is your mouth and all of the muscles in your head, because you nurture your body with what it needs to flourish. Now that all of your head is relaxed, you feel how your breathing relaxes your neck and becomes deeper and deeper as you know that you honor the temple of your body with deep care and reverence. As your neck and head are relaxed, this blissful relaxation moves from your neck through your arms to the tip of your fingers And as you feel relaxed, you realize that even when the world around you feels chaotic, you remain rooted to the ground. Now your arms are relaxed and you focus your breathing and relaxation in your torso. Your chest, your stomach, and your back are all becoming lighter and lighter. As your breath makes you relax your torso, you know that you feel amazing because every cell of your being supports your total well-being. Now your pelvis is becoming relaxed. Just like air, it becomes lighter and lighter with every breath. And every second of this meditation, you feel more peaceful and joyful because you are one with the magical essence of your authentic self. The relaxation is now moving down your legs, making them feel light as air and feathers, because your breathing is longer and calmer every time. Now that your legs are relaxed, your toes and feet become relaxed too. And as they relax, you realize that you build your life on the foundation of faith, peace, love, and trust. Now all your body is relaxed, so relaxed and peaceful. And since you are so relaxed, you open yourself to joy and abundance because you are committed to fulfilling your life's purpose. As you keep on going deeper and deeper into this trance, you're going to count the numbers 1 through 5. With every number you hear, you will go deeper into this state of absolute relaxation and peace. 1, and you go deeper into the trance. And as you go deeper, you realize that you have the courage and power to create a beautiful world through the expression of your innate magical essence. 2, you go even deeper. Your breathing is long and paused and soft, and makes you go deeper and deeper into the trance. And as you go deeper, you feel that you are grateful to know that you are always deeply loved and supported by this universe. 3, now you dive even deeper into a state of calmness, joy, and peace because you trust in the process of life. 4, your relaxation and peace is very profound. Complete calmness in all of your being. And you feel the joy and abundance that as you live in present moment awareness, you are in tune with the wisdom that your body holds. 5, you dive even deeper to a complete and absolute state of relaxation and joy. As you feel this complete state, you realize that as you let go of control, the universe can provide the protection, financial support, and health that is your natural state of being. Now, we will access a psychic healing tool called your grounding cord. Begin to gain awareness of your spine. Feel at the base of your spine a cord of energy. Like an extension of your spine, this cord of energy grows down. See it growing. Past the chair you're in, past the floor, growing into the earth, all the way down, down, down. Reaching the center of the planet where you'll feel a motherly love energy. If you can't see this, imagine what it would look like if you could see your grounding cord. Fill up on this love. You are safe. You are held. You are nurtured. Begin to scan your body for anything else you may be feeling with safety or family, any memories of pain or trauma. So bravely, feeling it all so it can be cleared and released. Notice this in your body like gray smoke. Feel it being sucked down your grounding cord to be transmuted into usable energy by planet Earth. Feel this with me. Anywhere else, I am holding on to emotions, memories, or energy blockages in my root chakra that no longer serve me. I destroy and uncreate across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Anything that's preventing me from my deepest sense of safety, being grounded, being accepted, and sense of belonging, I destroy and uncreate across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Anywhere that I am consciously and unconsciously repeating patterns and cycles of scarcity, doubt, or self-sabotage in my root chakra, I destroy and uncreate across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Anywhere I am holding trauma in my root chakra from my lineage, from the collective consciousness, from other sources, I destroy and uncreate across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Feel yourself releasing down your grounding cord, emptying it all out. So surrendered. Thank you, Mama Earth. Thank you for always being able to transmute and alchemize that which no longer serves me to usable energy. Feeling all of that energy releasing, pouring out of your body down into the earth. Then as that feels complete, returning your attention back to the chair in which we started. Now you stand up from the chair and bow with gratitude. You've done incredible healing work today. You leave the rose quartz room and return to the elevator. Enter the elevator. We're going up 3 floors. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. See the white door open. Go ahead and close it. We're going up 7 steps. Feel your feet on each step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel your feet. 5, 6, 7. At the top of the stairs, you begin to fill with the feeling of safety and good health. Your whole being expands with the feeling of protection and safety as you are in this deep state of peace and trance. And now you are getting ready to come back. And when you come back, you feel great, very aware and peacefully ready to return to activity. You will count from 5 to 1, and each number will make your awareness come back. And when you hear the count of 1, you will become fully awake and integrate this experience into your conscious life. 5, your sensation is coming back to your body slowly. 4, you feel your legs and gently move them a bit. 3, you feel your arms and gently move them slightly. 2, you feel your torso and your head. 1, fully awake, open your eyes, come back. Come back in now to me, this moment, this Zoom. Ooh, all right. So I'd love to hear from you in the chat. How was that for you? Did you follow me through that? Did you notice anything? What was there for you? I feel relaxed, Tage says. Wow, says Megan. Roshena's asking the significance of the door that we open and don't go through. Just opening up access to the divine, to the infinite, to the white light. It's just opening that access and leaving that open to connect to us. Wow, it's our first time going this deep. Kelly, full on tears. This can bring up, like I said, it brings up a lot of emotion, because the things that is blocking us from being our full self is usually where we have stored emotions, things that we have held onto in our life, and they just need to be felt and seen and acknowledged and loved, and then they release. And that release is what frees us and frees our magic. Wow, Rochelle, a manifestation came through. Rowena saw a lot of colors, and Dina said it was very relaxing. Feeling calm and relaxed. Cecilia, I started to cry when you spoke about lineage. You know what? Lineage, I felt that as I was doing it. I was like, oh, the lineage that we're clearing, all of us, by showing up today, by doing this work, we are clearing so far behind us and in front of us, right? Our children and our children's children that don't have to carry this. Eugenie feeling a lot lighter in the root chakra area. So I've got a couple more minutes. We're almost here on the hour because time goes by so quickly, and I want to have time for our guest speakers, but I want to share just a couple of different pieces. So we'll start maybe here at, I originally said I'd start the guest speaker at 11:11, and I want them to have enough time. Would you guys be willing to hang out with me for like an extra 15 minutes in the end, 15-20 minutes, and go a little bit longer past the noon hour? If you need to leave early, you can, but I think we might just adjust and move back because there's just a lot to get through in setting the stage and welcoming this morning. So is that all right? Everyone's game for that, because I have a couple of stories and a transmission I really wanted to share. And so it's not super lengthy, but it's potent, super powerful. So getting a little water here. Yes. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for hanging out with me here this whole time. Got some really awesome things to get to, and our guest speakers as well. But I wanted to share really briefly one of my stories. So my own spiritual family lineage I was born into was a religion called Christian Science. And this is one of those things that I felt like I was weird my whole life and my whole childhood, because I grew up Christian, but not everyone else is normal Christian. I don't hang out with the Christian kids, and they were all going to, whatever Protestant, Methodist, whatever church. And I would go to this teeny tiny little church about Christian Science. And we studied not only the Bible, but this other book called the Science and Health. And is a religion founded by this woman. It was actually a woman-founded religion. How many of those do we have, right, in the world? So I was born into this lineage of this female-founded religion where this woman, Mary Baker Eddy, she had a near-death experience, and she downloaded all of this, like, the truth of the universe, spiritual information in the early 1900s in Boston, Massachusetts. And she wrote this book, Science and Health, and she started to heal people. People would come see her. She herself was healed of this realm of physical illnesses that she'd grown up with. So she started to heal people just by them being in her energy and doing energy healing with them. And so that's my own personal spiritual lineage. And it gave me some really beautiful things that I learned. Like, I didn't grow up in a religion that taught me that I was a sinner, or taught me that, I was going to go to heaven or hell. Like, it really focused that heaven and hell is within us, and that you are born in the divine image and likeness of God. And that God is principle, mind, soul, spirit, life, truth, and love. Those are the 7 synonyms of God that I learned as a child. And it was a really beautiful religion and practice to learn as a young child growing up in. And I had questions as I grew up. I would ask my Sunday school teachers, and I would be like, okay, but like, what do I do? There was a lot of focus on physical healing through aligning to spiritual truths, which is totally possible. But there was also a lot of dismissing of the 3D reality and the 3D body. And what that led me to is like really kind of feeling like I didn't have tools to navigate this 3D life. And I was kind of taught that my body was error, and that if anything hurt, to just kind of like spiritual bypass it, just be like, okay, just go straight to God, and like, we're going to just focus and align on spirit and not address anything happening in the physical, and it'll just go away. And so that was kind of a very rough, and also you have to understand, child's perspective when I'm 8 years old of what I understood about how I was supposed to be healing. And when it didn't work, I felt like a failure, and like I wasn't good enough, and I wasn't spiritual enough. And so throughout my life, and as I became about 10, 12 years old, I had deep spiritual curiosity, and I wanted to know, like, okay, I feel the truth in my bones and my soul of the spiritual essence that I am. But it's also pretty clear to me that I have a 3D body, and I live in a 3D world, and I need to know how to navigate all of this. So I went on a journey of learning how to embody my human, and how to cherish my body, and not just bypass it, but nourish myself. One of my first books that took me into learning a different perspective, a deeper perspective that integrated it better, was the book Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch. If you read that book, drop it in the chat, say, yes, I've read it. So that was one of my first books I read when I was 12 years old. And it changed my life. And I went, oh my gosh, this integrates it. This gives me like why I have incarnated, what I'm doing here, my purpose in life. It is called Conversations with God. And if you haven't, I highly recommend. It's timeless, and he has a whole series he's gone on to do. And I read the first 3 as when I was a teenager, which is right about when they were published in the 90s. And actually, there's a C in his name. So with that, the transmission that came through to me was to share with you about being in, let's see, the speaker is asking how to get on, was the transmission that came through to me to share with you was about being fully embodied in your body, along with aligning with your divine, right? So the, what's the word? The affirmation is, I honor my human emotions, body, and experiences. And I embody my divine magical essence as an emanation of universal source. Because we are both. We are both the human here, having a spiritual, like, or we are, I guess it's the other way. We're the human and we are the divine essence. We are a spiritual being having a human experience. That's how that phrase goes. And so activating in you, yes, Rochelle, activating now in you, you are the both and the and. It's not like, a lot of times we can get stuck in this, like, which one am I? Am I spirit? Am I body? Whenever you notice that you're stuck in an either or, that to me, when I'm stuck in black and white thinking, when I'm stuck in either or, when I'm stuck in, I can either have this or have that, and I have to choose. I can have a family or a career. I have to choose. I can't have both, right? Whenever we're stuck in these places of either or, for me, that's always an opportunity to zoom out, because either or all shows me that I'm too close to it. I'm too close to it, and it's a false dichotomy. There doesn't have to be an either or. There's trade-offs in life, sure. And you can zoom out and see until you get to the place where you can actually hold both and, the paradox of life existing at the same time. So we're both masculine and feminine energies within us, right? We have that polarity, both and. We don't have to choose. We get to be both. We are both our greatest light, so brilliantly shining our truth, and our shadow, and the deepest, darkest, murkiest, hardest, roughest, saddest, angriest, most grief-stricken pieces of ourselves. We're both at the same time. And just because you're down deep in the darkness in one moment doesn't mean your light doesn't exist. And just because in one moment you're flying high and you feel full of light, doesn't mean that that darkness is not always still present. So we are the both of these things. We are this inherent paradox. We are the human and the divine. So I invite you now, looking in your own life, where are you weighted more to one side than the other? Just pause for a moment. Share with me here in the chat. Are you noticing as we look at this? Are you dismissing your human, minimizing your body and your emotions? Or are you so absorbed in your physical experience, you're not connecting to your divine essence? What do you see in your own life? I would love, as we have a few moments here, to share with us in the chat. What do you notice? Are you embodying your both fully, your human and your divine? Is there a way that maybe you can shift, adjust that a little bit? If you notice, okay, one is like really strong here. I've been putting lots of attention, time, energy into one dimension, one side of myself. Maybe I'll spend a little bit of extra time and energy and focus today bolstering the other. If I've been deep in my human and I've been deep in my own physical body and experiences, then maybe I'll spend a little bit more time today in prayer, a little more time connecting to the divine, even if that's 10 minutes before I fall asleep that I just spend in a deep bedtime prayer. So Rochelle, I see Lisa, you're saying, I notice I need more divine for sure. Yeah, you are such a spirit, beautiful being. Spirit moves through you. I know this. I've known Lisa for over a decade. She's been one of my closest friends. I'm so grateful you're here. And I know how much the divine is so powerful and you have such a beautiful connection. And in your very busy, I know, daily life, it's easy to not put as much time and attention and focus on that and to not do the things that actually nourish your connection to spirit. Rochelle is saying it depends on the circumstances. So at work, I focus more on my human. And then right, absolutely. So really, we're looking at a macro. Like if you were to take like a 24-hour period, let's just say, what is the balance within it for yourself? And are you nourishing your body? Are you doing the things that you need to take care of your body and your emotions and your human? And are you in your spiritual rituals and your prayers and doing the things to nourish your connection to the divine? All right, so let's keep sharing some more of all those. I'm gonna check out here and see as we conclude on this. Make sure my first speaker here has got her link. Can come in. So I think I recently just started getting balanced. Tage says, I acknowledge my physical feelings and also embody my spiritually. Not at 50-50 yet though. Yeah, and the goal isn't even entirely like 50-50 doesn't necessarily mean balanced, right? So it's just that feeling, like imagine that there's just like little health meters on both of those, and you just want them both, those health meters, to be at full. So what does it take for your body, for your human health meter to be like, okay, I've given myself nourishing food and a walk outside, and I'm caring for my body and I'm caring for my emotions and my physical experience. That feels like it's a full health. And then I'm taking care of my spiritual side of myself. And that feels like it's a full health. Because the amount of time that you spend on each is not necessarily going to be the same, right? So, but it's just, what does it take to be able to, what does it take to be able to have that feel balanced is really the question that we're looking at. Okay. Make sure that Jessica can come in here. Be sharing with us in a moment. All right, yeah, got that. Makes a lot of sense. Amazing. So what else are you noticing within that? What other areas of life? So there's the human and then there's the spiritual, but where else do you have a place where you're holding an either or an or, where you're feeling some sort of like tension because you feel like you're having to choose between two things that you really want, but I feel like they can't coexist. Like, what are those two areas or two dimensions? Go ahead and share those in the chat if you have a place in your life that you're feeling like stuck because you have to choose between either being, your, like, oftentimes in my own life, it does feel like work and family. I have my 2 young children and husband, and I want to spend time and energy with them. And I am just now nourishing and launching my own soul purpose expression in the world. And that feels so alive and so exciting and so like thrilling for me that I really want to put a lot of time and energy into that as well. And so what I notice is that if I stay in tune with my own inner guidance, as Avea was talking about in our live, my inner GPS, my inner guidance system, if I stay attuned to that, that is when I really notice that I can tell, it tells me whether it's time to be working on my business or whether it's time to take a break. Yesterday, I had things to do to be preparing for this event today. And my heart and my inner GPS said, hang out with the kids, go swim in the pool, stay all day with your kids, don't go to work, don't go prepare for things. You've got this. It's good. You've done the work. Don't stress over it. Take the day, nourish yourself, and spend quality time with your family and with your children, and allow the love with your family and children to really nourish you. That was what my soul told me. So that's what I did. I said, you know what? I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to stress about the event. I'm going to trust that everything is in perfect preparation. I have exactly as much time as I need, that I am able to just enjoy spending the time with my family. And then I'll go home and I'll prepare for the event and it'll be perfect. So that inner GPS can help show you, even when you're feeling a sense of tension or contraction, or like you're stuck between two things. It's like that stuck can be here. It's like, okay, zoom out. You can zoom out on something. I'm going to go this way, right? There's two things here until you can start to see that they align. And oftentimes those two things I notice are like, they're actually two sides of the same coin sometimes, right? They look like they're opposite, but sometimes they actually need each other. Sometimes I actually have found that when I flip my paradigm of how I'm looking at it, all of a sudden I'm able to see that, oh my gosh, it is totally possible, and not only possible, but necessary for me to combine these two pieces. So, all right, so Jessica has arrived. We are ready to get going with her session. So Jessica, we did go a little bit over on this anyway. You're here in perfect divine timing, as always. And most people have said that they are going to be able to hang out with us a little longer. So Megan will start just a little bit later. And then Jessica will get started in just a moment. So I'm going to share with you your embodiment rituals for today, and then we're going to move on to our speakers. So the first embodiment ritual, I have two for today. Again, it's a both and. And the first one is this magical infusion ritual. So really go take some time, create an altar with your magical items, crystals, flowers, oracle cards, clear them, bless them, and create a space. I can't quite show you over here, but I created an altar next to me over here with all of my different oracle cards and crystals to really hold this space for me. So I invite you to create an altar for your intentions, for your magical self for 2023 and for this immersion, putting the pieces into it that really mean something to you, that connect with that intention, and that are your own spiritual items, that will be a place that constantly gives energy to that spiritual aspect of yourself as you move through your day. So that is the first ritual. And then I invite you to take a picture of that and share that. I want to see your altar. I want to see the beauty that you've created. So share that altar to our Facebook group. And extra bonus, if you want to share it to the world, I totally encourage for you to do that. Tag me. I will reshare it to my Instagram and Facebook. And you can use the hashtag activate your magical essence for anything that you share. And then we can combine them in an album. And with that hashtag, easily see everybody that's been sharing. So I invite you, that's our first ritual. And then our second ritual is the grounded nourishment ritual. So today we are talking about our human and our spirit, right? And most days we're going to have one ritual, but today we have two because we're working with both our human, which is kind of like putting in our physical, like our, both our human and then our spiritual. So the spiritual is creating your altar space. For the human physical body, write down a daily ritual of 3 ways that you connect to your body and support your health every day. So what can you do every day? Like I get up and I take my supplements every morning and I know that supports my body. I eat a certain type of thing, or I eat one meal that's like fresh live food, or I do yoga every day, or I go for a walk in nature every day. Like what are 3 things you can do at least for the course of this immersion and maybe through the whole year that will really support you in nourishing your body to be really grounded and to feel like you are feeding the health meters, both of your spirit as you connect with your altar on a daily basis, and also with your body as you nourish your body. So do those 3 things today, and then share what those 3 things are in the Facebook group. And then as well on your social media, if you want to share it there as well, that's always invited and welcomed, so that you can inspire other people in your life and in your world and share who you are and what you are doing to support yourself so that maybe other people might want to do the same. Okay, so those are our rituals. We're going to go ahead and introduce our first speaker of the day. So if you want to pull Jessica up here, are you here on video? As my assistant Faith gets her pulled up and pinned, I'll just tell you a little about her. Dr. Jessica Fish is an energetic chiropractor, intuitive healer, and educator. She's been supporting the community in the Denver area for almost 8 years, Denver, Colorado. She is the founder of a unique form of muscle testing called the Enlightened Method. It's a technique of reading the circuits of the body to evaluate structural body issues, nutritional deficiencies, and emotionally based physical symptoms. Her technique is easily adapted to many different types of wellness practices, as well as being applicable for home use. So if you're not a wellness practitioner, you can just use it for yourself and your family. So the first course in the Enlightened Method is Enlightened Emotion. It debuts February 2023, next month, and it teaches the use of muscle testing to identify when a physical symptom has an emotional story trapped by the body that causes pain or symptoms, because we're related, right? So then there's also Enlightened Nutrition, which evaluates organ systems, assessing food sensitivities, and determines supplement needs and dosages, and Enlightened Structure, evaluating structural misalignment, muscle tightness, and neuromuscular deficiency. So they'll both be released in later 23 and next year. And then all 3 courses together creates her entire Enlightened Method. So she is so excited to share this amazing knowledge with the world to illuminate the deep and incredible connections of the body. So I'm so excited to welcome you, Dr. Jessica. She has been my personal chiropractor and good friend ever since we met about 8 years ago. She's come to visit me in Costa Rica after I moved here, and we're co-creating together. So we'll be doing after the event is done, for a few of you that are really feeling called to move deeper with me and really nourish your spirit and your body and create a whole new you. There's an opportunity I'll share about later, but Dr. Jessica and I are co-creating and working with that. She's going to be supporting that Elevate Your Magical Essence program also. So she is an amazing human being, one of the most generous and beautiful and just heart expanded women that I know. And I am so grateful that she is here with us today. I just adore her so much. So Dr. Jessica, come on in. I'd love.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Well, that was such a nice introduction. Thank you, Mayumi. I love it. I know. Her and I, we've had like a very magical, synchronistic kind of relationship. It's been really wonderful knowing you in the past few years. It's actually, I used to be afraid of the internet in some ways. And then Karen found me through Facebook. And I was like, oh, well, the internet can bring me good things.
Totally.
And here I am starting a program online. So there we go. Shift some things. So thanks for the help with the belief system. That's amazing. Yes. Amazing.
Totally.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Mayumi shared a little bit about me as far as my profession as being an energetic chiropractor, excuse me, is what I like to call myself. Because basically, like when people think of chiropractic, they think of just getting their bones cracked. And that's definitely not what I do. I mean, I do some structural work as well, but I have a very holistic approach to the body, looking at the structure of the body, obviously with the chiropractic work, but also nutrition and emotion. And as she was describing, that's kind of how I'm setting up my courses, is kind of chunked up into three different courses being released over the next year and a half or so. And basically, I moved to Denver, Colorado, to buy my practice from my mentor, who taught me how to do this amazing technique that I learned. He spent about 30 years putting it all together, and I've spent the past about 8 kind of streamlining it into, a very concise and honestly easy way to approach the body and to talk to the body and to get answers from the body rather than constantly trying to combat it. It's just amazing to me how so many modalities in this world are about shutting down our body's natural ability to express itself to us. I mean, symptoms are basically a little red flashing light on the dashboard of your body. And when we take a pill to shut down that red flashing light, it's kind of like just putting a Band-Aid over the dashboard and like, oh, the engine's fine now, so it's definitely not, and our healthcare system is definitely reflecting that, as people start taking medications that are making them sicker in other ways. It's not solving the issue. So I'm very passionate about spreading this information. I have been practicing for about 8 years, and I can't tell you how many times I've had people be like, oh, my mom lives in Wisconsin. Where can I find someone who does this? And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I really, as far as there's other people who do muscle testing, but as far as what I do specifically, it is definitely very, very unique. A unique way to approach the body and to see what's going on. So essentially, the basic idea of my technique is approaching the body as an electrical unit. Our nervous system is essentially our wiring system electrically. So basically, the brain is like the main control center, and then all of the nerves coming through the spine and reaching out to the body are all like the smaller wires. And one of the things that I teach in my new technique is how to evaluate the electrical impulses of the body and essentially like read the circuits is the best way that I like to describe it. I like to tell people all the time, and I'm an electrician for the body. And essentially my technique is specifically how to read the circuits of the body and really ask the body what's going on. So I was very thrilled that Karen asked me to be in the grounding root chakra section for a few reasons. One of them is that I am a Taurus, which is very grounded energy in the zodiac, but also I am, I'll talk about this in a minute, but a manifesting generator, which is also a human design, a very grounded kind of energy, very connected to the earth. Great. So because I'm the first speaker in this activation, I just want to, for anybody who doesn't know what a chakra is, I'm assuming that everyone who is interested in this information, they know that is what the chakras are. But essentially, very briefly, the chakras, the main chakras also, there's a whole bunch of others that we could talk about, but the main 7 chakras essentially correlate with the nervous system. So that's why I'm so passionate about nervous system health and the electricity of the body, because I really do feel that it is our connection to spirit as well. So the 7 chakras start at the top of the head and then go all the way down over third eye, throat, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, and root. You'll all learn about all of those as the week progresses. But the root chakra is essentially, it's called the first chakra, and it is at the tailbone of the spine, very tip of the spine. And there's a few things that are really interesting about all of the chakras. Is, each chakra is associated with different organ systems as well as different emotional patterns. And this is actually something that I talk in depth in my program. But essentially the first chakra, it's a foundation for emotional and mental health. It's essentially talking about, it's more like our identity with the tribe. So being part of the community, being part of one with all of the other humans around us. From a more physical level. And I don't know if anyone else is going to touch on this, but basically the 7 chakras, the bottom 3, which is the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, are kind of more of our connection to the physical realm. So kind of when Karen was talking earlier about how sometimes people get stuck either in their physical manifestation, or if they get stuck in more spiritual, that means that they're spending more time in the spiritual would be the upper chakras, physical would be the lower chakras. And actually the heart is the mediator between those 2 realms. And it is one of the most common to have emotional energy stuck in it, because we're constantly battling, or not battling, but, going back and forth between the physical and the spiritual realm. And the heart's kind of the mediator for that. So back to the root chakra, though, it is also, the root chakra is also known for basically traditional familial beliefs. So things that we get from our parents, from our society, from, our lineage, but as well as like an identity in the sense of belonging to a group, belonging to the tribe. That's really the best way to describe it. And I get some information. I love to use information from Carolyn Miss. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with her, but she's amazing. I would highly suggest looking up her stuff. But she has this beautiful, graphic on her website that talks about the sacred truth of each of the chakras as well. And the sacred truth of the root chakra is that we are all one. And that basically we are connected to all life. And every single choice that we make and every belief that we hold exerts energy throughout the whole. And that's why a lot of times people talk about, how healing yourself actually heals the collective. This is how this works, because raising our own individual energy raises all of the collective energy. And that's why I think we've been seeing such a drastic shift in the way that we are talking about our emotions and mental health. The shift that therapy is so normalized, the shift that we are all starting to know about our chakras and things like that. I mean, God bless our older generations. They didn't have access to the information that we do. We're so connected through the internet and through our own connections that we don't have to be limited to our physical space. So now it's much easier to see that our entire community as a world is connected, and not just our community locally, like physically in space. So some of the organ systems that are associated with the root chakra are the base of the spine, the legs, the bones, the feet, the rectum, and the immune system. And basically, those are kind of the areas of the body that can be affected when the root chakra is out of balance. Some of the symptoms that can show up in that area, in these areas too, chronic low back pain is a super common one that I see, actually, as being a chiropractor. A lot of people come in for back pain and then, they're like, oh my God, look at all this other stuff you do. But back pain gets them in. But then any sort of lower colon issues, immune issues are another one that show up very commonly when the root chakra is out of balance. Depression, multiple personality disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, a lot of mental health things. Yes, actually, Rochelle, hip pain definitely is correlated with low back pain. Essentially, the nerve roots that come out of the low spine feed all of the muscles in the hip area. So low back pain can correlate pretty much to anything from the waist down. As well as some of the other symptoms are addiction, sciatica, and varicose veins in the legs. So a lot of lower extremity things can be affected by the root chakra. And again, in my program, I kind of go through each one of the chakras individually because each one holds different energy in the body. Beautiful. Perfect. So I would like to go next into ways that we can support the physical energy in our body and be grounded. And obviously, like Karen was saying, we need to support our physical body also. Nutritional supplements are wonderful to just guarantee that what we're getting in our system is working correctly. And that's another, in my second program that will be coming out shortly, I talk about, how to actually test nutritional supplements and see how they, if something is working for your body or not. Because I know a lot of people get frustrated with reading articles about health stuff and be like, oh, I need this. And then they end up taking, 15, 20 different supplements every single day. And they don't know if any of them are actually working for you or not. So there's definitely some ways to support your body physically, as well as obviously like good food. Nutrition is so important for the building blocks of our body. Making sure that we have proper macronutrients, getting good, clean water, getting, good, healthy, organic food into us as much as possible. Things like that. But also there's a few things that we can work with specifically with the root chakra to connect and communicate with our body in a way. So again, being as grounded as I am, just as a natural state, being Taurus and wait, let's see, yes. My ear's like, who hasn't had root chakra or emotional issues? And that's one of the interesting things too with doing this work, especially as I've been working with people for a long time. They start to notice when they're having an emotional issue. Their body starts to have a certain quality or there's only a certain time of day it happens, things like that. And a lot of times people will come in and be like, I know exactly what my emotion is today. And I'm like, we'll see. Because with the muscle testing, I'm actually asking their body what the issue is, not their conscious brain. So a lot of times when they come in, they're like, oh, I know what my emotion is. I was like, it's probably related to that, but it might not be exactly what you think, because the subconscious is what holds on to and our subconscious is essentially our bodies. Our conscious brain is more connected to our, spiritual connection, and our third eye literally is our connection to deep knowing and intuition and things like that. But really, when we talk about the ego or the body and things like that, like our subconscious, those are all kind of the same things. And that's why our body, unfortunately, I know there's times where I'm like, I wish I could talk to our creator and be like, why didn't you make it so we could talk to our bodies clearly? And I think it's, again, so that we can learn lessons and things like that. But also, it gave me an opportunity and job to teach this to the world. So I guess it's all meant to be. However, okay, so great. So one of my big things that I'm passionate with is a lot about, teaching people how to connect to their body and to listen to their body and to, really dive into where things are happening in their body. So one thing, essentially because we perceive that our body is separate from us, when again, really, it's all just part of the same subconscious. And, when we perceive that it's separate, it's when we try to combat and battle it. We try and control what it's expressing rather than listening and pivoting. So one way to connect to the body is to notice what the body is trying to tell you. And what I mean by that is where is your deep yes? So back to being a manifesting generator. I'm a generator. My sacral area is where I feel my deepest yeses. So what I mean by that, and the sacral area is right below the belly button. And I literally get this almost warm sensation, especially when I'm asking my body what the issue is, especially when I'm contemplating, be like, what do I need to know right now? And a lot of times I'm very intuitive. I'm a clair cognizant, meaning that things come to me in the form of thoughts took me a long time to to realize that my thoughts were actually intuition and not just Jessica making stuff up. And then I realized I didn't have to doubt Jessica because she's actually pretty smart too. I don't know. Anyways, I digress. But you know, using like your authority and maybe figuring out like which where your authority lies in your body might be a really good way to listen and to be like, oh, okay, when I have a deep question that I need to ask, oh, okay, you don't know what you are. I would go to mybodygraph.com. That is a wonderful resource that you can kind of get a general idea of what's going on. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Naomi. Appreciate it. That's a really like, and you just have to know your birth time. It's very similar to a astrology reading, but it works with the I Ching, which is, I could talk about this for a whole half an hour. Honestly, I love human design. But the I Ching, and actually Gene Keys is a just human design. Okay. My DPS is in my sacral area. For you, it might be somewhere else. And the human design might be a good way to kind of figure out where that is in your body, but also just, you know, tapping in, being quiet, listening to the body is so important. Okay, the next thing I'm going to teach you actually is a very quick little teaser on how to do some self muscle testing. This is the very beginning of the information that I start teaching in my course, and it's a really lovely way just to prove to your conscious mind that we are actually connected to our bodies. Let me just check on time. Perfect, we're doing good. So one way to start doing self muscle testing, it's called the bidigital O-ring test. So essentially you take your pinky and your thumb tip to tip like this. And there's several ways of doing this. The way that I like to do it is actually hook here and push away this way, which is a little bit more difficult for me to show you or to teach you without going into too much detail. But another way to do it is just to literally pull. So we're pulling at the connection right here, like this. And, you know, basically when our bodies have a strong yes response, it makes our muscles stronger. When it has a no response, it will actually make our muscles weaker. So for example, just to start off with, this is a positive response, right? So strength here, positive. This right here, in between the eyes, essentially where your third eye is located, but you touch right here, it's a polarity point. So back to the idea that our bodies are just giant batteries, there's a North Pole and a South Pole, and our electrons are constantly flowing through it. So I don't know if you've ever seen those images of the Earth, the electromagnetic field around the Earth. Actually, every single living thing on this planet has an electromagnetic field. And I don't need to digress too far into talking, but like, the aura and like our energy field and things like that, they're all connected, right? So how we can self-test and just to see if we're actually testable, right? So I do this to every patient before I start with them, is testing the muscle strength. And in this case, I'm testing the opponent's muscle, which lives right here in the thumb, right? So I'm testing the strength nice and strong. I touch right here with my pointer finger, and then I test again. And I'm able to pull the finger through. So what that's basically a positive response for being polar. What that means is that your electrons are flowing correctly. Usually it's a hydration issue. So a lot of times when people don't drink enough water, it happens really commonly here in Colorado because it's so dry. But sometimes when we don't have enough water in our system, our electrons won't flow properly. So when we're checking polarity, we're basically making sure that the system is testable. So in this case, there's a few things you can check with this. You know, obviously you can get yes or no answers from your body. But another way to check this would be to ask your body a few like questions. Basically, one of the easiest ones to do is like statements, like truth statements. So like, my name is Jessica. Great, nice and strong. Great. My name is Jennifer. No. So my body's like, no, that's not real. That's not truth for you. Right. So this could be something that you can use several different ways. Again, I talk a lot about it in my program if you want to learn how to do it, but I would suggest trying it out. It's really fascinating. And the big thing here is, and why it's so important, at least in my practice, is that it shows people, and you can show yourself, how connected we actually are to our bodies. You know, the real magic here is realizing that I can actually speak with my body, ask what it needs and what's going on and things like that, whether that's testing nutritional or food sensitivities or emotional issues that are blocked in the body. A really common one is neck and shoulder pain. One is because obviously we're all on computers all day long, and we're not meant to be looking down constantly. We're actually meant to be like looking up and towards the horizon. So neck and shoulder pain is definitely a modern issue for the sake of our posture. But a lot of times actually the pain referral, especially in the right shoulder, and this is why it's so common, is because it is connected to the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is actually associated with the liver. And in Chinese medicine, there's something called the liver fire, which is associated with the emotion of anger. And that emotion actually refers to the right neck and shoulder. So as I'm testing people, I'm using this muscle testing to see what's making the person go weak or stay strong or whatever. And then I'm asking the body how to alleviate the issue. But for the sake of today, this little muscle testing thing that I'm teaching you, you could definitely ask your body questions. You could ask your body what's going on with it. You could test some foods and just hold things close to you to see if your body likes them or not. That's another thing that you can do with the muscle testing for now. But yes, I won't go too far into detail because I know that this is, and actually I'm getting close to my time anyway. So I just wanted to share that with you. A few ways to connect with your body. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say about the root chakra that's really lovely is a quick little meditation. If everyone could close their eyes for just a moment, just listen to my voice. So one of the best ways that I love to connect with the earth is to picture that tailbone. So picture that very tip of your spine and imagine that a cord is going from the tailbone all the way down into the earth, into the center of the earth. And one is that we can release some of the energy that has been stored inside of our body, thanking it for being there and keeping us safe and doing what it needed to do, but allowing it to be released. And then also creating a connection with the earth so that we can receive some of the grounded energy through that cord, so that we can actually absorb some of the earth energy. I love wearing stones for that reason. I love nature and plants and things like that, also for that reason, to bring in that earth energy. And that's, just a quick little meditation that you can do to bring a little bit more grounded energy into your system. So this was just a little taste of what we'll be learning in my program, but as well as the Elevate Your Magical Essence program. I'm going to be a key speaker there too. And I will share a few more tips and tricks on how to connect and communicate with your body. Oh, I just want to make sure I missed what Karen just said. I might want to look real quick. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. I see.
Capturing for people, like, yeah. That's
yes.
amazing.
Perfect. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to being a speaker in Karen's future programs as well. I love collaborating with her. She's one of my favorite humans. Yes, there we go. The self-muscle testing. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited to be collaborating with Karen. I am actually putting together my own program. I've kind of talked briefly about it and Karen was talking about it at the beginning, but it will be released, Enlightened Emotion, specifically for releasing and clearing emotional energy in the body. And I am announcing right now, I haven't talked to anybody about it yet, but I am planning on doing a 3-day retreat at the end of the program to do some hands-on training. I just finished my beta class and a lot of the people, I did like a hybrid virtual and in person, and so many people commented on how the physical touch piece of it was so important for learning learning this technique. So I'm excited to announce that I will be doing a little 3-day intensive also, which is exciting. And then lastly, I wanted to offer you guys a little gift. Hi, Brenda. So good to see you too. So lastly, the little gift I would like to offer is I created a quiz. a quiz to basically give you a quick evaluation to see if, especially recurring pain, something that has been nagging at you or creating issues for a long time, to see if that has an emotional component to it. So if you would like to take the quiz, go ahead and download it just below. Love to see if, thank you, there we go. I would love to see all of you in the next program that we do. So thank you, Karen.
Amazing. Thanks so much. I'm getting the link here for the quiz. Okay, pulling it up. There we go. That's the link. So I encourage you. It's free. It's fun. I love quizzes. They're so fun and they're so helpful. They just illuminate things so quickly. So thank you. Oh my gosh, Dr. Jessica, as always, you brought so much value so fast. I love it. I love going to see her for appointments. I'll just say, if you're in Denver, go see her, because it's just she's so efficient at getting through. And I just am okay, 20, 30 minutes. And I'm wow, I am a whole new person. We dove deep. We found excavated some emotional issues, got my spine and my neck all back aligned. She's amazing. And now she's teaching everyone how to be as amazing as she is and access the things that she knows how to access for your own health. So thank you so much for coming live with us. I really appreciate your time and you being here today. And so, yeah, if you guys want to throw some love in the chat for Dr. Jessica and everything that she brought, if there's anything that really stood out to you, I would love to see that. Just put in there what you really got out of it. So yeah, thank you so much. I was so much coming through. That's why I was I feel I want to take some notes and help put this in writing. To okay, we went through this and this and this and this. There was so much really valuable content there. So thank you so much for starting us off with such a strong note, at the root, at the grounding. We're and I love that it's about tribe and community and belonging as well. And really bringing that piece that you bring also. So yay, thank you. So there's her links, take her quiz, go do that. So to make sure that we have time before we get into the hour here, I would love to bring on our second speaker. So this is Megan, where are you? Okay, there we go, getting her spotlighted here. So as we bring her on, so Megan, as it says here, she is a soul alignment coach. I love that. Megan's a paradigm shifting rebel mompreneur, inspiring women to reclaim their sovereignty and blossom into full soul expression. In service to expansion of consciousness, she shares her gifts as an intuitive channel and artist, awakening divine knowing with her soulful transmissions. Megan partners with Healy, a tool for clearing the noise and distortions caused by modern day stressors, to radically restore balance in mind, body, and spirit, so women can align with their full creative potential and be who they came here to be, which is what we're all about. So welcome to my dear friend, Megan. So we actually connected here just a few months ago in September. Also, it's funny, for Dr. Jessica and Megan, both of you, I've met sort of coincidentally, if you will, through social media. Through is actually Dr. Jessica, I met from a referral in a Facebook group. I asked, who knows a chiropractor that does muscle testing? Because that was important to me. And so I got referred to her. And then Megan came to me from a mutual friend on Instagram, where I made a post. She saw it. She reached out to me. We started working together and I just saw her light immediately. It was wow, this woman is so amazing and so powerful. Just fell in love with her soul and spirit just instantly. And over these last few months, I just feel we've got dropped in so deep. I feel I've known you forever. It feels like you have been in my life and by my side and co-creating with me for lifetimes. I definitely feel the soul sisterhood. So thank you so much for coming on live with us today. I so appreciate you being here. And I'm really excited to hear what you have to share with us today. As we said, I went a little bit over with my meditation and transmission. So we started a little bit later with this. So we'll be going till about 12:15, 12:20. So if you can stick around, please do. If not, you can catch the rest of it on the replay if you have to go on the hour. But let's just dive right in. Megan, welcome to Activate Magic.
Thank you, Mayumi. Thank you so much. And thank you for everybody that can stick around or catch the replay if you've got to go. But I'm so excited to share this with you. I really felt this transmission coming in. Like I said, as people were registering, I was like, oh, it just like moved through me. It was like, this is what needs to be grounded in on the first day of the immersion. So I'm here to share with you today 4 pillars for moving through creative expansion with ease and grace. If you're here, chances are you've had some major turbulence happen to you on your spiritual path. And having been on my path about 13 years, I wanted to share some of the nuggets that I've received in really grounding myself into the grace and ease of expansion. So grace comes with the humility of realizing that life is happening for us. And it might be hard to see the gift in what we're experiencing right away, but just know and trust in yourself and in the universe, in the divine moving through you. And that's the grace. And the ease comes in organization and preparation and practices that I'm going to be talking about in these 4 pillars. So the first pillar that I want to bring in is grounding into the knowing of who you are, the divine spiritual being that you are. So like Mayumi's guided imagery is a great tool for this. If you have something that works to help center you, maybe it's breath work, maybe it's meditation, but if you have 1 or 2 like quick tools that really help you drop in, that's going to be really critical in helping you move through with ease and grace. So I want to share with you one today that's inspired from Master Co, that's C-O. He does a lot of live lectures, meditations using this affirmation, and it's really powerful. So if everyone wants to just take a deep breath, and we're going to just come centered through this I am affirmation. So taking a deep breath, you can close your eyes and bringing our attention inward. I am that I am. I have a body, but I am not my body. I have emotions, but I am not my emotions. I have thoughts, but I am not my thoughts. Who am I? I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, divine power. I am that I am. I am connected and one with my higher soul. I am connected and one with the divine spark within. I am a child of God. I am one with God or universe or source. There is only oneness. Allowing yourself to expand into this infinite potential. Anywhere you feel constriction, just allowing the expansion. Taking up space is all that you are. Taking a breath here. And when you're ready, coming back and opening your eyes. So if you were able to drop in with that, you can see how having a quick tool like this is really helpful to have on the spot. I have this up on my Instagram, a 2-minute meditation. So having a tool like this that can quickly help you shift back into this knowing of your divine power and who you really are can be really beneficial. So you can use this tool, or you can use a different breathwork meditation. Just having that that grounding into knowing who you are will be helpful on the way. So that's pillar 1. Pillar 2 is practicing positive affirmations and intentions. And sorry if I'm kind of rushing through this. I'll put a summary up as well, as I want to honor the time here. But so practicing positive affirmations and intentions. So I'm sure you've all worked with affirmations, but what I really want to relay to you today is grounding those affirmations in desired experience and imagery. So instead of saying like, I am abundant, one of my affirmations is, as a wealthy woman, I am in service to a more sustainable planet. So I'm really going into like, why do I want abundance? What is that going to do in my life? Who am I going to be as a wealthy woman? And how do I then align with the feelings, the experience, and creating the imagery? So when you're working with affirmations and intentions, it's really worth taking the time to expand that vision, and your subconscious mind is going to respond to that. If you're saying, I want a new car, your subconscious mind is hearing that you want. I want. So you're going to receive that longing feeling, that not have, that I want it, but I don't have it. So it's really important to clarify the language that you're using and really get into the feeling and the imagery when you're creating affirmations and intentions. So that's pillar 2. Pillar 3 is leaning into community. So as Mayumi shared a bit, like that's how we met. That's how I am here today, is through Instagram. So when you put out posts, tag, activate your magical essence, when you engage in the Facebook community, like really use these opportunities to find your tribe, find your sisterhood. And you might have to be the leader. You might have to be the one to put out the first post. You might have to be the one to share vulnerably. This is the opportunity when you're in sacred, safe community like this. This is the opportunity you have to try out new ways of expressing yourself. As you're opening to your creative potential, it can be a little vulnerable, and it can be like, oh, I don't know what people are going to think of this. But using that community to try those things out is really beautiful. And then once you gain more confidence and you're grounded in this new way of expressing yourself, then you can go to maybe your family and your local community that you're then more confident in sharing. So leaning into community, so reaching out to others, connecting with people, and just finding your tribe, even if your tribe's online. One of my good friends is from Denmark now, we just met. So it's like you can really find those like-minded people out there in the world and use social media as a sacred tool. So I highly encourage you to be in this Facebook Activating Your Magical Essence group. I'll be active in there too, all right? And the 4th pillar is knowing your tools for transformation. So like the tools that Mayumi is sharing, these meditations are amazing for clearing out things. So maybe you want to get this bundle so that you always have this reference. You're like, oh, that's in the throat chakra. Okay, I can go do this meditation. So as I want to bring it into the chakras for a minute, as we're bringing in more divine light and we're becoming expansive, those energy centers are growing. And whatever's in those energy centers is expanding. And so maybe that's you clarifying a message that you are ready to share with the world, but your fear of public speech is coming up. So how do we work with these traumas, limiting beliefs, conditioning, whatever has stopped us in the past from really expanding into those uncomfortable spaces? Having a toolkit on the ready is going to be really helpful for you to create more ease in your expansion. So I want to share with you a tool today, the Healy, but I just want to bring it full circle and wrap up the 4 pillars once again. So grounding into the knowing of who you are. So whether it's the practice that I just shared with you or breathwork, meditation, something you have that connects you with the divine knowing of who you are and can help you if you enter into some turbulent time. So having a daily or practice that you use multiple times a week, and then having it for those turbulent times. Okay, practicing positive affirmations and intentions, really taking some time to listen to your thoughts as well. Like if you're wondering why something's not manifesting, really just drop into silence and listen to those thoughts and see what's habitually being repeated to your subconscious mind. I just did this the other day and it was like, oh, I had no idea that that's what was happening. So then I got on my journal and I was like, okay, so what do I want to be telling myself? What thoughts do I want to be repeating? And then those become your new affirmations and intentions. So really grounding your affirmations and intention in the desired experience and imagery. Okay, the third was leaning into community. So engaging, reaching out, maybe you have to be a leader, be vulnerable and support your sisters and receive that back. 4, knowing your tools for transformation. So this is having that toolkit, whether it's this bundle, it's other things, maybe it's what Dr. Fisher just shared. That was really amazing. So I want to share with you now the Healy. The Healy has entered my world and completely changed things. It came in a very unexpected package. Just gonna grab a drink. So Healy is a frequency device. So as Dr. Fisher was talking about, that our body is electrical and we have this energy body that overlays our physical body. And so frequency is communicating. Frequency is the language of communication that the Healy is using to communicate with our blueprint, our divine blueprint, our DNA, and communicating with what's happening in our body systems and our psychology. And it's harmonizing that. It's bringing it back into balance. So the way I see this tool is the quantum sensor. It's quantum technology. The quantum sensor is connecting with the blueprint of who we are, and then clearing the noise and distractions and disturbances that pull us off balance. So it's gently unwinding that. Anything that is not you, it is releasing from your field and bringing you back into a centered space of who you truly are. So it connects to your smartphone and you run different programs. So these frequency programs have been clinically developed by these amazing practitioners. So like the Chinese medicine, there's programs for meridians, there's chakra programs in there, there's doshas if you're into Ayurveda. And so you can work with really anything: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, karmic, ancestral. It's really interesting. There's an aura scan, which scans your chakras, and it returns an analysis for you about the level of each chakra. And the ones that are more depleted, it gives you a further breakdown, and it offers affirmations and desired states to help bring you back into balance. It's quite incredible, and it's quite accurate as well. One of the frequency programmers says that Healy looks in the mirror, but it also looks in the closet. It really uncovers some of those deep-seated things that are keeping us the way they are. And so I've been working for like 3 years on like victim mindset, worthlessness, and transforming those deep-seated polarities. And I'm coming at it from different ways, from the heart, from the emotions. And because the Healy works on a frequency level, which crosses all the different bodies, the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, it gets to the root cause in a way that I have not experienced other modalities having access to. There's a program called Release, which releases the root cause of pain. And when I ran that program, it was this gentle unwinding in my stomach of a lifetime of social anxiety that had me hunched over. I had so much pain in my shoulders and my back. And when I ran this program, it was just this gentle unwinding, and the natural curve of my spine returned. My digestion improved, and just my overall well-being. What I really didn't expect was, as a mom of a 2-year-old, I didn't realize how much I was turned on. I was always in fight or flight. And I now am able to be more present, and I'm more optimistic. I'm more excited. I was in such a reactive place, and I didn't even see that until I was brought into this balanced state of well-being. So the Healy really works to harmonize on all levels and can work with any types of issues. So this is really my passion now, is sharing this device. And the founder, Marcus Schminke, he was a quantum physicist turned monk. He understood the science side, but to understand quantum entanglement and all these advanced ideas, you really have to understand spirituality. So he comes from a very interesting background in order to bring this device forward with his mission to raise the consciousness of the planet. So my offering now as a coach is actually within my conscious leadership coaching container. This is a space that I've created for women who are looking to embark on this transformative journey with the Healy and rise into leadership within their communities. And so I'm offering health and business mentorship within our Healy community that already has a bi-weekly training from this powerful lineage of women. So you're learning money mindset shifts, you're working with breath work to expand your nervous system. There's just so much support in there, and I'm really excited to be sharing this. So if that sparks you at all, please reach out to me on social media, on Instagram or Facebook. Would love to hear from you. And I have so much more that I can share about all of these topics. So I want to hear from you on the Facebook group too. I will drop in those 4 pillars for expanding your creative expression with ease and grace. And I would love to hear that landed for you. So we'll keep this conversation going. Thank you so much for receiving me, and for everyone that stuck around. Tried to make it quick.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. And I had a request here, and I kind of
Okay.
second to myself, that wealthy woman affirmation. I feel like we could all use some more of like these wealthy woman codes. And I love how you shared how you really grounded that in the practical. So as a little template, and just, would you mind saying that or typing it into the chat real quick, maybe even?
Sure. I'm on my
Typing it.
phone, so I don't, but
Okay, say it and I'll type it. You say it,
yeah.
I'll type it. We'll teamwork it.
As a wealthy woman,
Uh-huh.
I am in service to a more sustainable earth.
Okay, as a wealthy woman, I am in service to a more sustainable earth.
Yeah, that's really my goal, is to like have that freedom to use my dollar to support local artisans, to really, who are the farmers that are regenerating the soil? How can I support them more? How can I bring the highest quality things into my life for my family? And how do we then put our resources back out into the community to really raise everyone? So yeah, I really think when you connect your affirmations with those those real feelings, that's where you're gonna be like aligning with those and pulling them in.
With your values, absolutely. Like I did a hypnosis meditation and course and things last year through Mind Valley, and Marissa Peer, who's an incredible hypnosis meditation. Like I learned so much doing her courses, and we did one, and a lot of it was on wealth and opening up, and like, okay, what does it give you access to? Who do you get to be? And recoding your subconscious that it's actually, you are a blessing to people when you have more currency moving through you.
Yes.
It's more life force energy, and it's more currency that can move through you. And just this visualization of like, for me, I had this visualization of, instead of being like a little creek of energy, of my financial flow energy that only had so much, like if I am a whole wide Mississippi River of currency, of energy flow financially, like how much more I can impact the places and the people that are meaningful to me, that I want to make a difference and bring benefit to the world. right? And so recoding that really gave me a lot of access to going, oh, it's okay, like on a whole new level, it's okay for me to embody my own wealth, my own abundance, and seeing that it's not about me getting it ends here. Actually just feeling it as part of the whole, that it just, it's a stopping point. Like the currency, it moves through me. And then as it comes into me, I get to then redirect it. I have total choice over my own money, my own flow of where I put it. And so where do I want to make those choices? Yeah, Rochelle, money is just energy. It's energy moving through you that we ground in this physical form and can give this physical support and say like, yes, local artisan, I want to support you for Christmas and I want to buy all locally made goods, or, you know, what do we want to do to really have that energy move through us? So I love that. And I love the affirmation that is grounding the values that we have, like what really is important to your soul, combining that with, as a wealthy woman, as someone with great financial resources, my values are where I put that towards. And that, that's so powerful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all of that. And these 4 pillars, these were amazing. So, so good. Like really, I feel that really important, all 4 of these elements to really grounding in to who we are and our magical essence and activating that in the world, activating it through sharing it, activating it through our tools of transformation, activating it through these positive affirmations that we create very intentionally. Like just the process of creating the affirmation is a soul excavation process, right? Who am I? What are my values? That's part of the benefit of creating these more like kind of specific and personal affirmations, is that you have to go through the process of creating them, which in and of itself is super valuable. And then you're the first one, the grounding into the knowing of who you are as a spiritual being. And we really did that quite a bit today with our meditation and with everything we've been talking about with this, like being the human and being the spiritual, knowing that we are, as I said earlier, we are a spiritual being having a human experience. So we are the combination of all of this energy. So thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming on today, Megan, bringing these 4 pillars. Throw some love for Megan in the chat. You received from her, and like I feel so as blessed as I feel that she is here and sharing her wisdom. I put her links in the chat, and then also the email that you got this morning at 9 a.m. Central. We have 1 hour to go. That has all of the speakers' information for every day. So that has her information and her links and everything. So you can follow her and stay connected to her. She is such an amazing and powerful woman and coach. And like I was going through, like my own little testimonial is like I was going through some health issues. I came back to Costa Rica from California on December 5th, and I picked up the superbug on the way through the airport. And I got here, and a couple days later, I got that like cough thing. And oh my gosh, I had it for like 3 weeks, and like constantly every day coughing up phlegm, and like it was really bothering me and my kids, and it would not, like all of my usual tools to help bring me back to full health, like we're not working. And like just last week I was like, Megan, I need extra support. Like I need to be at full health for this event. I can't be delivering a meditation, like hacking, halfway through, like this is not going to work. And so she's like, all right, like I am going to send you some Healy frequencies. I am going to help support you to get to full health. I was like, thank you so much. And I swear, like that is the time when it started to turn around. So like it did something. I felt the energies coming in. She was like, oh yeah, I just sent them. And I was like, oh, is that what I came into my field? Like, so I really have been feeling the power that this has. And it's amazing to be able to go in and fundamentally shift things on a frequency level. Because we are both, right? And so we affect our bodies through our spirit, and we affect our spirit through our bodies. And so if there's anything, I feel like that's really the takeaway from today's session, is just really embracing and owning all of the different multidimensional aspects of who you are, mind, body, heart, spirit, like that you are all of these pieces, and giving your attention, your energy, and your love to all of the different pieces of yourself. That is where your magical essence gets fully activated. because then you have the health to be able to share your gifts. Can't do that if you're lying in bed sick, as we all have gone through quite a bit of this last few years, right? Supporting your body is so essential. And then at the same time, we all need to be able to connect to our spirit, or we can get easily lost in a root chakra that feels unsafe, insecure, lost, and disconnected from our spiritual essence. So both pieces of that, and all pieces, is something I'm really passionate about. So for me, whether it's in this event, whether it's in the paid program later, really taking things at a holistic approach where we have practices that we're doing, body practices, mind meditations, heart opening experiences, energetic spirits, and Reiki energy work. Like, we're working on all levels of the being holistically, and then also working through each chakra system, right? So each chakra system, we're bringing each chakra through the whole system. We're bringing all the different multi-dimensions. So that's like combining all of it is what I'm so passionate about. I am such a both and person. That is how I've lived my whole life, is whenever people are like, we have to do this or that, I'm like, both and. No, I'm just going to wait over here until life presents me with how it's going to give me both and, because I refuse to sacrifice. I refuse to live a life that I only get to have part of what I want. And it's taken a lot of surrender and a lot of letting go, to be honest, because usually I get in my own way when it comes to that. So it's a lot of letting go of my preferences in order to have the both and. Usually it's a preference that I have. Oh, well, I don't want to do that much work. I don't want to get up that early in the morning. I don't want to have to drive. There's some preference that is the thing that's in the way from me actually having both and of what my heart truly desires in my life. And so when I look at that and I am willing to surrender that preference, willing to surrender some egoic attachment, that is when the both and the possibility opens up, and all of a sudden it starts to emerge and come towards me. So I offer you, as you move into your day, be noticing where you get stuck in an either or place, and just bring the inquiry. How could this be both and? How can I actually stand for I am worthy and deserving of everything that my heart desires and all of my needs being met? Stand in that affirmation, and then allow the universe to work its magic. And all you have to do is relax, surrender, and let go of any beliefs that are not who you truly are. Any beliefs that say that I'm not worthy of this, or I can't do this, any egoic preferences or attachments. If you notice those and you release those, then spirit is able to move through you and actually manifest the life that your heart desires and your soul knows is possible. So on that note, we'll conclude today's super powerful session. I am so grateful. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us this whole time. I know we went 20 minutes over. You're amazing. I feel like you're my best friends already. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. So show up in the Facebook group, lean into community, get your introductions out there, chat with each other, put your embodiment rituals in there. Like, I really want to see you. Let's take this. I'm going to go from view. Let's go over to a full gallery view if we can, actually, Faith. I just want to see everybody. If you're able, go ahead and come turn your video on just for a quick wave. I would love to see your face if you're out there. Turn your video on. Give us a wave. We're going to see you all in the Facebook group, and then I'll see you back here on Zoom tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. All right, I am going to do something, if I can figure out how. I am going to see if I can unmute everybody, and we're all going to say a collective goodbye. Going to say see you tomorrow.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for being here. My love to you all.
See you tomorrow.
For you. For you. Thank you. Beautiful day. Go with peace and love. Go with magic. Bring in the magic. magic into your day.
Bring the magic into your day.
Love it. I love it. I hear myself actually now. I love it. I hear myself actually now. Somebody's unmuted. That's awesome. Oh, so good. Thank you. Thank you all. Oh, Christy, feeling you. Oh, all the feels. Rochelle, thank you. You contribute so much. I so appreciate your voice and your sharing in the group and in the chat with us here. Christy, Ruth, it's so good to see you. All right. I know, I don't want the magic to end. I'm like, do I have to sign off? Do I have to go on the rest of my day? This is way more fun. This is like my best part of my day. Like when I do these immersions of other people's immersions, it's like, oh man, do I have to go back to real life? Like, I just want to hang out in this juicy field and with my soul community. And like, it's the highlight of my day is when I get to do this. And that's when I'm a participant. And it's so fun to be over here in the hosting space and connecting and sharing with you all. Tomorrow, Avea, she's my mentor. She is lit. That woman, she's gonna bring some juicy codes. I cannot wait to share with you. And she's gonna be doing the whole hour. So we're not gonna be splitting with 2 people for tomorrow. So yes, I see over here, I'm just peeking at the Facebook group, Tiffany Thornton saying bye. We had a few people that were joining in with us there on Facebook. So I'll be checking out those messages in that chat. So, all right. Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and conclude here today. I'll click end. Blessings to you, my loves, my sisters, my soul sisters. Blessings for you to have a magical day.